I know we're talking about the constitutional right to life and that we understand morally the left and the right come from completely different sides on this. However, there is research, published literature, even through the NIH, that talks about how depression rates and other mental illness rates are associated with in women who have had abortions in the past. And that's something that both the left and the right should be able to agree on, and that we are worried about mental health illness in this country.
Well, let me tell you, you're not only correct, but one of the briefs that we're working on right now is addressing that issue. I'll give you some of the argument headings. Abortion is a potentially hazardous procedure. It talks about a maternal abortion deaths. The claim that abortion is safer than childbirth is unsupported. We use the CDC guidelines on that. Published literature indicates that, if anything, abortion is more dangerous than continued pregnancy. So we are, look, that's a very technical issue medically. We're working with medical experts on this. And again, this shows you the depth also of the ACLJ's reach here on an issue like this, when we can, Harry, reach and deal with that side of this debate too.
Absolutely. So it's a very comprehensive approach that we have taken. We've talked about stare decisis. We've talked about the radical left's agenda with respect to abortion rights. And also, we are now talking about the health issues that are involved. And I would end my answer to your question, Jay, by saying, should human life depend on a stare decisis practice instituted in the 12th century by King Henry II? I would say the answer to that question is a resounding no.
No, 100%.
Yeah, no, I want to take David's call from Tennessee because people are interested. What would happen next? What happens now? Where is the law? Hey, David, welcome to Sekulow. You're on the air.
So my quick question is that if I understand law correctly, and I'm no attorney or lawyer, doesn't Congress make laws? So how does the Supreme Court decision? Why is that called law? I think don't they just interpret the law?
Well, they're supposed to interpret the law, but what they did, they found in Roe versus Wade a constitutional right under the right to privacy and due process to terminate the unborn child's life. Now, there are scholars on the left that thinks that support the right to abortion, but thinks that the underpinnings that the court utilized in Justice Blackmun's opinion was wrong, constitutionally infirm. And that's, again, the reason why stare decisis here, Andy, doesn't control, should not control. That is if they do allow that to control again, that is the ultimate cop-out.
Well, it really is. And I don't think and I'm trusting that won't happen, Jay, because four of the justices agreed to hear this case, which means we know what the issue is. It has, as the Attorney General of Mississippi said, either Roe v. Wade stands or it's going to be reversed. And that's the way that you've got to frame the issue before the Supreme Court. And we've got to say to the Supreme Court, you've got to show the constitutional fortitude to make this decision. And the correct decision is not to rely on, as Harry said, something from medieval England, but to say that the reality is that decision was wrong when decided, and it is wrong now 50 years later. The Constitution hasn't changed.
CeCe, let me go to you with 30 seconds here. We only got 20 seconds. In far as importance case, where do you put this?
I think this is the most important case that the Supreme Court's going to hear, and I hope that they do what's right and uphold the Constitution.
I think, and I want to underscore what CeCe said. I agree. This is why we are putting so much effort into this.